One of my favorite movies is the movie Gladiator. I love Gladiator. I can watch it over and over and over again. I love Russell Crowe's character because he was a big-time general in the Roman army, so much so that the king at that time wanted him to succeed him, but he didn't want that. He didn't want to get involved in family politics because the king's son was anxious for power, so anxious that the king's son kills his father, and then to make sure that he could get away with the crime, he murders Russell Crowe's family and tries to kill him, and they leave Russell Crowe for dead, and nobody knows that he's alive, but he's still alive, and he ultimately is sold into slavery as a gladiator. And because of who he is, he's very good as a gladiator, and he becomes famous as a gladiator, but he wears a mask and he calls himself the Spaniard. But the climax of the movie is when, after a battle, that faulty, sinful, messed up son comes down on the floor of the gladiator ring, and he says, "Spaniard, tell us who you are. Remove your mask." And everything shifts. It's like everything builds to this moment, because Russell Crowe's back is to the king. He says, "Don't turn your back to me, Spaniard. Tell us who you are." And he turns around, like real slow like, and takes off the mask, and he says, "My name is Maximus Aurelius." He says, "I am the general to a slain king. I am the husband to a murdered family." And the king stumbles back because everybody begins to realize that he's not really a slave. He's a hero. Everything shifts when he reveals who he is, meaning that his identity was never defined by his circumstance. He says, "I still know who I am," and everything shifts at that point. What am I trying to tell you? You are not cancer. You are not AIDS. You are not divorce. You are not betrayal. You are not failure. You are not single. That may be your circumstance, but that's not who you are. And the moment you recognize who you really are, everything is getting ready to shift. I hear it in the atmosphere. Everything is getting ready to shift, just like that movie, when you know who you really are.